Today I want to talk about Whatnot, the Whatnot streaming app for reselling, the live streaming app for reselling. I was one of the original, like early on resellers that jumped on the app. They recruited a bunch of like people that had higher following count, and they were like, hey, come join this app. So I joined it. That was probably 2001, 2002. Did pretty good on it, took a break from it, but I jumped back into it this year. And I want to discuss kind of what I've learned with being back on the app, and kind of give you my 2 cents on it as I'm on my way to work here today. So I ran a bunch of auctions this year. I shouldn't say a bunch of auctions. I did less than 10. I did a total of 7 auctions this year, and I ran from July through September. I did auctions, and I sell mainly like vintage, antique, collectible type stuff. I used to own an auction house, and so a lot of the stuff that I've tried to sell on Whatnot was similar stuff that I tried to sell like just throughout my years of being a reseller. Not so much the stuff I sell at my shop, or not so much the stuff I put on eBay. I was trying to really make it more like designed towards like people that would go to a live auction. And what I realized, like, probably, I shouldn't say probably, I realized after like my second auction of trying to do like a more antique collectible type of style auction, is that maybe this isn't the demographic for the stuff I'm trying to sell. Like, don't get me wrong, can I sell some of the stuff? Was I selling it? Yeah, I was selling it, but it was almost like an education along with that process. So what I could say right now off the bat is I do think that there's a pool of people on there that are looking for older stuff, understands antique collectibles, understands the value of those kind of things. A good chunk of them people on there buying shit, truthfully. I shouldn't cuss, right? They're probably on there buying. The people that do understand it, because they're catching sellers that can't get people to their shows. But the crowd on there, it's not an older demographic that understands the really antique and collectible part of this industry. Even like when you look at their categories, like they got estate sale category, but it ain't really like an estate sale. It's still kind of filtered. It's more like storage auction type sales, which I see that's the biggest category damn near. Storage auction sales and jewelry are definitely doing really well as far as categories, if you're thinking about categories to jump into if you want to sell on Whatnot. So instantly I figured out the antique collectibles, and I knew this, but I went against the grain, because before I was selling antique and collectibles, I was doing it and it was a little tough. I'm like pulling teeth to get money, and I'm like, man, dude, what the hell? So I stopped doing the antique and collectibles, because I did 3 different styles of auctions. I did antique collectibles, I did toys, and then I did costume and vintage jewelry. And I was tracking them to see which ones were doing better. Antique and collectible, couldn't even barely get anybody there. It's like $5 stuff is going for. It just wasn't even really worth the time. So I stopped with the antique and collectible, because I'm like, hey, I did a year or so of that already. I know what that's going to yield, and I know what to expect from that. And so I'm not trying to go down that path. So we focused on the toys, we focused on the jewelry. Instantly, I started to see that the jewelry was outperforming the toys. Eliminate the toys, start focusing on the jewelry. Now I know exactly what I need to sell on Whatnot to make some decent money for myself. Now, what works for you may be different for me. You may be able to sell antiques and collectibles. You may be able to do storage auctions. You may be able to do baseball cards. Whatever. The key is you got to find something on there that you're good at selling, and also that you get decent money at selling. So jewelry was hands down my thing that I was able to do good on. All right. So I did auctions, 7 auctions in 3 months. I made almost $2,000. Here's the caveat to all of this though. This is what I don't like about Whatnot. This is what I don't like. I don't like this. The shipping. The shipping aspect of Whatnot absolutely sucks. They try to automate a bunch of stuff where, yeah, you can get your invoicing and you can combine orders, but it ain't easy to do the combining of the orders. Did I figure it out? Yeah, I figured it out. But they got these things called like adjustments, right? So like if you screw up on your box size or the size of the weight of your combined shipment or your order, you get 5 free adjustments a week, I think it is. I think it's a week. And these adjustments allow you to fix those issues that you had and they won't charge you more. Now, you go over them 5, the amount that they charge you is ridiculous. It's such a high penalty for putting the wrong amount in that it can literally, you'll be literally potentially shipping your item for free to people. Because here's the thing, when the shipping charges, if it's over or under, I should say, if it's under the amount that you've charged for shipping, you don't get the overage. Whatnot gets the overage. It's not like eBay. It's not like Etsy. And this is the other thing I don't like. How do you recoup shipping supply costs? There's no way to do that. And if you figured it out as a Whatnot seller, please let me know. I don't know if you roll it in your starting price or what, but you can't, they want you to use USPS boxes. That's cool. Those are free, right? But everything isn't going to fit in those boxes. And on top of that, I still got to buy packing supplies. I got to buy bubble wrap. I got to buy paper. I got to buy peanuts. I got to buy foam. I got to buy whatever it is that I need to use to ship this item that's not just a box. So yeah, y'all can give me the deal on, shipping through USPS, and I get a special rate through using Whatnot and shipping through them. But who the hell pays for the shipping supplies? I pay for the shipping supplies. Now, I'm an LLC. I'm an S Corp for tax purposes, and I'm writing everything off, right? Like that's the cost of doing business. But some people aren't operating on the same level as I am. And these are costs that you can't recoup. And if you haven't figured out how to get customers to your shows on top of that, like I think a lot of resellers could be literally fooling themselves thinking they're making money on this app, and they're really not. Like, it's costing them more money than they're making, and they're thinking like, oh, I'm learning, or I'm building a following, or whatever it is that they're thinking in their delusional head, that makes you think that something's going better than what it really is, because you have to look at the numbers. The numbers will never lie. And instantly, that's what I started to look at, is like, hold on, something ain't right here, because I don't get the overage on the shipping. They keep that. If I screw up on the shipping, then I get penalized heavily. Yeah, I got to get the people there. I got to promote it. I got to market it. I got to do a lot of stuff, and I'm not getting all the money that comes in. Like, you should get the shipping too. I think every seller on there should be responsible for their own shipping and how it works and box sizes and all of that stuff. And like that, Whatnot's got to give that back to the seller. The seller has to have that control. You would literally, and this is another thing, like, you have to take into consideration your cost of goods. So you add cost of goods on top of their fee, on top of shipping supplies. And if you're not buying items at a volume or at a rate like what I do, where I buy entire estates collections, and a lot of the stuff that I'm getting, or a lot of stuff that I run on like eBay or whatnot. These are things that I'm not buying. I'm not seeking them actively just to resell on eBay or Etsy or whatnot, like a lot of people do. I'm buying entire households or collections. And so those pieces are the bonuses. Those are the extras. And so I don't have much of a cost of goods into, why am I at a Home Depot? What do I need from here? Oh yeah, I need glue. I don't have much cost of goods into my stuff because of how I'm buying it. But I don't, a lot of resellers ain't gonna have that luxury of of having such a low cost of goods, to sell and whatnot. So definitely take that kind of stuff in consideration if you're gonna get on the app. If you got any experience with whatnot, drop it in the comments. Let me know what's your 2 cents on the whole shipping aspect of whatnot. I think that's a flaw. I think that's a flaw that they need to improve on, to make it a better app. I probably won't be using the app anymore. I used to have my own auction site, and I'm transitioning back to that. There's a number of reasons why I'm doing that. And I could tell I can explain the benefits to that in another maybe morning vlog like this. But that's all I got. I got to run into Home Depot real quick. You guys want to go with me? Let's run into Home Depot real quick. I'm looking for this glue, because I got a couple things I gotta fix to shop. Oh, here we go. Type bond, waterproof interior. I was looking for the one that's like my brother-in-law just sent it to me, sent a picture. This Gorilla one sounds good too, though. Which one would you do? Have you tried this? If you're watching this, let me know. Type Bond 3 or Gorilla. Which one you think is better? I'm just gluing a wood chair, just one joint. I had a lot of success with the Gorilla glue, but damn, Ultimate? I don't know. That just sounds like it's more like the real deal. Should I try a smaller one? I go big or go home. Original Gorilla Glue. What is that? No, that's not it. Gorilla Glue, wood glue. I'm going to do the ultimate. Waterproof. Extend 15 minutes. Most durable wood glue. All right. Maybe I'll do a review and let you guys know on this one, if this is what I needed. Do I need this cart? Oh, I should get, I got to get paper for the event. So anyways, got what I came for, and now I get to go to work, go to the shop. We'll fix this chair today. What else is on my project list? Fix this chair, clean a chair. I gotta polish this this wood frame set that we got back from upholstery. So I picked up this sofa and chair set. It's wood frame, probably from the 60s. This guy said that it was his family's. He always wanted to redo it. Never got a chance to redo it. Asked him what his favorite color was when I bought it. He gave me a really good deal on it. He told me his favorite color was green, so we redid it in green upholstery to honor him and his family. But anyways, that's what I'm going to be cleaning today. Back to our topic. Whatnot. Couple things. All right. You're going to go into whatnot. You better know this. The shipping part is the shipping part gets a little bit dicey. So just make sure you're putting in your accurate weights, accurate sizes, and you should be okay. You shouldn't have to worry about adjustments. What I've also learned and tried to do is run shows that have a ton of like items in them, so that your shipping can all be kind of the same. You don't got to be jumping around and changing things. It'll help you to make life a lot easier. So you're running all jewelry stuff, or you're running all things that are 5 ounces or less or something like that. It'll just make life easier for you. Buy your shipping supplies. You're trying to get your shipping supplies, and this goes without saying, but you know, if you're going to definitely sell on Whatnot, you need to try to get your shipping supplies for as cheap as possible. And that's everywhere, but especially on Whatnot, because you're not going to get any overage. You're not going to get any of that money back unless you're writing it off at the end of the year. The other thing you should know is it takes time. It takes time. I am not saying that I am ungrateful for the 2,000 that I made in 2 months, 3 months, or in 7 shows, or whatever, how long it took me to do it. I'm not saying that I'm ungrateful for it. I just, for myself personally, it's not the app that I want to use to do my auctions anymore. And it's not taking a shot at them. It's just not going to work for me. But I do think that it is a powerful tool. And I know I'm probably forgetting some kind of tip that I could give you guys, or some kind of advice that I could give you guys. But I do think it's a powerful tool. I do think that it takes time to get acclimated. I do think it takes time to get a following. I do think it is something that you can use to liquidate. Do I think that you can be a full-time seller on there? Yes, I do think you can be a full-time seller on there. I just, you know, it's just not the app that's going to work for me. You know, I can explain the benefits of the direction I'm going, or I can, you know, in my next video or further, you know, a couple videos down the line, I'll explain the direction I'm going with, going back to actually having my own auction site. I want a little bit more control over things on my end. So that's why I'm taking that approach. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you know, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. See you next week. No, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Whenever I do another vlog. We'll see you soon.